Who is your fifth receiver in this 2023 draft class, John?
All right. So, I mean, if anybody's watched the last handful of podcasts or listened to the last handful of podcasts, we've had similar lists, and I'm thinking that
I don't think we're on the same this time.
This one has to be different. There's no way. Receivers is always the one that like there can be quite a bit of differences. So I'm hoping that that's the case here, because there's no shot that, what is it? We did quarterbacks, running backs. There's no shot that on the third go around, we get the exact same list. Anyway, at number 5, this was kind of the controversial spot for me, because it feels like at receiver, once again, it's such a deep group that there's quite a few players that could go here. But at number 5 for me, I have Josh Downs out of North Carolina. He's a solid route runner. I think that he could sneak into the first round, depending on how heavy the receiver class, goes in that first round. But I think he'll probably be more likely a second round pick. Very shifty player when it comes to making a quick amount of, or gaining a quick amount of space in short distances. That's what I think he specializes in. I think that he's really strong when you throw him in the slot and you give him some of those option routes where you allow the receiver to read the coverage, read the defender, and then they can pick 1 or 2, maybe even 3 routes. I mean, he's so good at that. I think he's really especially a weapon in the red zone. Like I said, small amounts of space, quick amount of movement that needs to be had in a short amount of time. He can get it done. So Josh Downs, he's my number 5 receiver. I have some stats pulled up. In his college career, he had a 74.8% catch rate, which is pretty impressive. I mean, 75% of the passes going his way, he caught. So that's pretty impressive. Also, last year, he had 94 catches for a little over 1,000 yards, as well as 11 touchdowns in 11 games. So that just goes to show that, he's a receiver who can be used in a lot of different ways. He is 5'10", 175. I don't think I have his 40 time written down anywhere.
I see it as 4.48.
4.48. So yeah, respectable. 40 time. Not going to be like some physical prowess of a receiver, but like I said, very shifty, good with the ball in his hands, good in open field, and I think that he can be a really strong weapon on some of those third downs, those end zone plays, 2-point conversions, all like the really critical downs. I could definitely see him being a guy that develops a rapport with a quarterback and just becomes incredibly reliable. I think of Julian Edelman in the New England, not in terms of like a comparison of like play style or strengths or anything, but just the way that Tom Brady on third downs in the red zone, wherever it was, you knew Julian Edelman was going to be a very high value target. I think that Josh Downs can become one of those kind of guys. And also he didn't have, always the smoothest of opportunities when it came to North Carolina. I mean, a lot of other talent coming out of North Carolina over the last couple of years. So it wasn't like he was always just, the number one guy in the offense. He's played a lot of different roles and he's excelled throughout it. So Josh Downs, he's my number 5 receiver.